Hi, I'm Oceaniz, and I'm here to tell you about Satoru Gojo's powers, which are notoriously confusing to most readers, but are also actually really simple. People just really suck at explaining them. So, without any further ado, let's just get into it. Gojo has two main abilities, the Six Eyes and the Limitless. The Six Eyes is something we know nothing about as of right now, so we can just drop that and not talk about it. The Limitless is his main ability, and is the inherited technique he got from being the heir to the Gojo clan. This technique gives him the ability to create infinities, to take the theoretical approach of infinity and make it into a reality. Sounds fucky. What does it do? Well, his main ability is simply called the Limitless, which is an ability where he coats his entire body with a thin layer of infinity. What this means is that if someone tries to punch Gojo in the face, they will never actually reach his face because they just keep endlessly traveling through the infinity between their fist and his face. This is based on a mathematical theory called the infinity proximity paradox. In this theory, if you take 2 points and keep halving the distance between the two, you will never get the 2 points to touch because there's an infinite amount of fractions between them. You can always just keep halving the distance. Gojo uses that to essentially become invulnerable all the time. He gets to choose who gets to pass through the infinity and who just endlessly travels until they eventually just look like they've stopped. This ability takes an enormous toll on Gojo's brain, which would usually make him brain dead within a couple of minutes. However, he can also heal his entire brain with reverse curse technique, which is the ability to turn techniques upside down. Curse energy is negative energy, which is usually meant to harm, so if you reverse it with reverse technique, it becomes healing energy, which is what Gojo does all the time in his brain to make sure he doesn't go brain dead from his own powers. Now, this is very fucky. He essentially can create a space where physics are fucky. What he can do is he can take that fucky space and create it anywhere he wants. And he can also concentrate that fucky space. This is the main power of his main curse technique, AZURE LAPSE. In this technique, he focuses the fucky space so much that the universe gets upset because now you have a piece of space where physics doesn't work anymore. You've seen that a paradox that shouldn't be real becomes real. The universe, trying to fix this, tries to pull matter into that fucky space to fill it with something that makes sense. In practice, that means that wherever Gojo creates that fucky space, he creates a black hole or a singularity, a place that attracts mass explosively. This is his main ability, AZURE LAPSE. Now, remember the reverse technique we mentioned? Yeah, just like how you can reverse the raw cursed energy to become healing energy, you can also reverse your own powers so that they do the opposite. In the case of AZURE LAPSE, which is an ability that attracts matter, you create the reverse technique, Red Glow, which explosively propels and repels matter at an alarming rate, essentially similar to Pain's Shinra Tensei from Naruto. Now, Gojo, as an incredibly powerful sorcerer, has the ability to use both of them at the same time and even combine them. So, if you take blue, the ability to attract, and red, the ability to repel, and you combine them, you receive purple, which is the ability to obliterate, to rip atoms apart, and to absolutely nullify matter, which is, so to speak, Gojo's ultimate move. Now, most powerful Jujutsu sorcerers are also capable of something called domain expansion. Domain expansion essentially works by creating a bubble with your cursed energy within which you are the boss. In that bubble, your attacks will never miss, and there is a passive effect that is associated roughly with your main ability. In the case of Gojo, when he creates a domain and has an enemy in it, he fills that domain with the infinity. What this means for his enemy is that they are stood still and paralyzed because their brain is being flooded by endless, infinite information and sensory overload. This causes paralysis and, if it's prolonged, brain damage, permanent one in that. And that's it. This is Gojo's ability. There are a couple of other nicks and doodads, like how he can float by using the Limitless, but that's not so important. Now you know, and now you can enjoy the manga and the anime, which looks fantastic, by the way. Thank you for watching. See you all next time.